Here is something to think about. A few years ago, four young black teenagers were arrested and charged. They're currently serving about 30 years in prison. While four of them were burglarizing a house, breaking and entering, trespassing, kind of like what this riot mob in DC was doing. They were burglarizing, they were vandalizing a place. One of them was the driver waiting in the car, was approached by a cop. Whatever happened, he ran her over and killed her with the vehicle he was driving. The four young men in the house that was burglarizing, they didn't know anything that was going on outside. They were arrested and they were charged for 30 years for being part of the murder of that police officer. That police officer name is Amy Caprio. Some of the young men, let me read their names. Dante Harris, Darrell, Ward, Derek, Matthews, and Eugene Genius the fourth. Yeah. These were the young men that went to jail. They're serving about 30 years in prison for the death of a police officer that someone else killed that was part of their group. These four were inside burglarizing a house. Something to think about. Here in Washington, D.C., a cop was killed, beaten to death. But the white people that's being arrested are being charged with curfew violation. Not that they only broke into and stole things. They went into a federal building and stole things. But they're being charged with something as minuscule as curfew violation. Something to think about. If you have any questions or comments, ask it in the comment section down below. I typically don't post pictures or anything of these things, topics I talk about, because they're easily accessible online. Again, the cop that died is Amy Caprio, 29-year-old, which is a really sad thing to occur. And these names I read off, you can pull it up online. They're serving about 25 to 30 years in prison right now. So, and they didn't kill the cop. They were burglarizing and vandalizing a house, just like what most of the people that went into the Capitol building were doing. Yet they were charged with some form of murder, serving almost 30 years in jail. So these people that's being arrested by the federal government should be charged with murder as well, because that's a double standard. Just because they're white doesn't mean anything. They still commit under the law a similar crime, or even a worse crime, because this kid ran over somebody with a car. This guy got beaten to death with something, a more violent act. So again, if you have any questions, ask it in the comment section down below. You all have a good day.